Welcome back, everyone. This is Dr. Tony Chopper, and this is my conclusion for the review of the Master Grade version 2.0 Char's Custom Zaku 2. Now, as Char's spinning around on that, I'll tell you about the cons about this kit. First off, we have the energy cables. Now, earlier I said that these are either hit or miss, but they're pretty miss on this kit. And that's because they are very insecure on the head, on the back, and also on the waist. The ones on the head are really bad because if you try to pull off the head, they'll just come straight off and the entire head will just kind of explode on itself. And I want to make this really clear to everyone. The energy cables, all the little beads that are on there, you only get enough to make the kit once. So there are there's no margin of error. You cannot mess up and you cannot lose these. Otherwise, you're going to have to make your own or go order a spare part. Now, as for the ones on the waist and backpack, those are also extremely loose. Probably the worst on the kit. The connection in the front is extremely loose. The connection to the backpack is loose. And the backpack to the back is also very loose. So if I just go like this a little bit, the backpack comes off easily. If I go a little more, the entire front part comes off almost. Now, moving right along, we also have some mobility issues with the side skirts. The side skirts are nice, they move pretty well, but they do get in the way because they're so big and clunky. And I don't know if we can actually put the blame on the model kit itself because the design was like that, but would have wished that they would be a little bit better and would have gotten out of the way more and easier so you can make better poses. Also, there are several bad seam lines on the bazooka, like right on along, there you go. Right there, I put a little bit of cement there already, but there's some pretty bad seam lines on this bazooka. And there's also a couple bad nubs on the kit as well. They're mainly at like different choke points on the armor, so very visible areas. So you got to be really careful when you're taking off the excess with your blade or with sandpaper, because if you mess those up, they're going to be very visible. But if you're painting it, well, I guess you don't have to worry about that, do you? Now, as Char is moving around with all his weapons in hand, I'm going to tell you about the pros about the kit. First off, we're going to start with the posability. The inner frame of the kit allows us to pose extremely well. You can do any pose you want as long as you have the imagination for it, and the time and the willpower to actually make it do that pose. Try not to be frustrated because this kit can do a lot of things, and if you get frustrated, it might just end up on your shelf standing still at attention. And that'd be a huge waste of all this nice engineering that Bandai put into the kit. Now, moving on to the inner frame, it's one of the better looking inner frames I've seen. It has a fair bit of mechanical detail, and that means you can detail it up with paints, little panel line markers, anything you want, and it would look good. It's almost to the point where you kind of want to take off all the armor and let it show off itself with just the inner frame. If that's your preference, then you can actually do that, and it would still look pretty good. And it is pretty solid, especially the legs. The legs are one of the more solid constructions I've ever made. They feel really, really sturdy, and they don't feel like you're just slapping armor on and trying to cover up the leg. There's actually some heft to it, and that's pretty darn good. Now, as for the colors, they are fairly accurate. I wouldn't say 100% accurate to the anime, but they do the job very, very well. Also, you don't have to paint anything on this kit because Bandai actually molded everything in color. So for the lazy modeler, you can just pick this kit up, maybe get a $3 lining marker and go to town on this, and it would look spectacular on your shelf just like that. Now, the proportions work very well for me as well. The legs, the torso, everything has that good master grade look to it, with a bit of retro thrown in, but not too much. not like the version 2.0 Gundam, there's enough modern touches to the kit to make it look appealing in my eyes. Now, the playability of the kit is extremely high as well, because Bandai gives you 3 weapons and a lift. So you can make your own little dio if you want, diorama, and you have so many different ways you can use those weapons. Like I said before, if you can think it and you have the time and patience, you can make it happen. This kit can do it. And the last thing is another good pro is the price. 3,500 yen and you're getting all this. This is a lot of plastic and this is a lot of Char. For anyone who likes Char and is a Char enthusiast, if you don't have this already, you should go pick this up. This is a very good kit in anyone's Char collection. And the decent price of 3,500 yen, I don't know how much better you can get. It's a very good kit, good posability, all that good stuff, and it's fairly cheap as well. You might be able to get it at a discount somewhere, and don't forget, if you can get those clear parts, they look very well in my opinion. Very good. And that concludes my review of the version 2.0 Master Grade Char's Custom Zaku 2. That's a mouthful. Say it 5 times fast. So, if you like the review, please give me a like, that always helps. If you want to tell me what I can improve on, please give me a comment down below. And if you want more, please subscribe to my channel. It's a new channel and I want it to grow. I will be uploading new reviews soon. And the next one, you probably saw it in part 3, but the Master Grade Sanaju is going to be the next review. So stay tuned for that. And this is Dr. Tony Chopper here, signing out. Thanks, guys.